So my husband teaches on his off hours from being a detective, and that is my everyday job, and it comes home with me as well. But it's something for us for our future, when he retires. I'm sorry, hold on. Hello? Hey. What? What? Oh my God. What am I supposed to do? Oh my God. All right, I'll go there. All right, bye. Oh my God.
Is everything okay?
I don't even want to talk about it. Cops work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is. I've spent many Christmases, his parents, we've spent many holidays without him. It's tough, and it's very tough when your child's looking at you saying, can Daddy come to my play at school today? And he knows he has to go to court for somebody he might have arrested a few months ago, and there's no way out. So how do you explain to your kid that although Daddy's a hero and he's saving everybody, that unfortunately, it affects your life, it affects us. It's tough, it's very tough. And to be a wife on the end of it, if I had to explain it to somebody that just got married to a cop, you have to learn trust. Because when your husband's working with trying to pick up a prostitute, and you have to have a lot of faith and a lot of trust that he's coming home to you, and nothing happened while he was out there. I mean, if he wasn't a cop and he told me he was talking to prostitutes, I'd flip a lid, obviously.
Last year. Oh my God, I might have to emergency Memphis, I've heard. It's not normal. I haven't left Memphis in a long time. I really haven't. You might get in trouble for Memphis. When we get home. This is our tour. My name is Erin, and my significant other is a cop. Cop gets shot. You don't know where the cop was. You don't know what area. You don't know who the cop is. Is it your husband? Is the father of my kids? You don't know. And then finally, when you get him, you want to kill him because you're like, why didn't you answer the phone when I called you? And he doesn't know, what was on the news because he's at work. We're in therapy right now. We have plans he retires in 4 years. We plan to move to Florida. That's the plan. Who knows? I think it's, I think being married is like a commitment to him. Even though we have 4 children, that is a commitment. I think it's a bigger commitment in his eyes if we have that piece of paper. But to me, that piece of paper doesn't mean anything. It's going to be the same relationship. And I think a lot of it is his parents had a really rocky relationship, and he went through a lot. He's the only child. I think he's afraid that that might happen to him. I think my son has more of an opinion about it. He would love for us to be married. They don't know what to call us when they talk to other people. They don't know if they should say husband and wife. They don't know, and they're kind of like confused. And I try to explain to them, it doesn't matter. We're both your parents. It's all the same. It doesn't matter. You could say husband, wife. You say whatever you want. No,
I don't.
Yes, I do. How do you even do that?
I can't even take Marie with me.
I like when people get scared and they run away. Supermarket to myself. I'm like, this is awesome.
My name is Leslie, and I'm the wife of a New York City police officer. Not knowing when your husband is going to come home is the hardest. When they're on patrol and they're working, in a tough area, not knowing if your husband's going to come home is hard. Well, I like to say that I only married my husband because he got cancer and I felt bad for him, which is definitely not true. He called me and told me that he found a lump. And I said, well, I'm sure it's nothing. I told him that I would stay with him through the first surgery, through whatever it was. Wasn't going to leave him like that. Second surgery, I prayed that there was no more cancer and that we didn't have to go through anything else and we could move on, which was really hard on us. And it wound up actually leaving him sterile. During that second surgery, I saw him suffering, and I saw that nobody could comfort him the way that I could. And when he was in the hospital, a mess, I realized that there would be no way that I would ever leave him alone the rest of his life. Wound up proposing to me just a couple days out of the hospital, and it's been amazing ever since. We adopted our son James 4 years ago. That adoption was pretty wonderful and smooth, and our son is our whole world. Is it the age? My son wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning asking me for a cheese stick and seltzer. And I'm like, I don't have seltzer in the bedroom, but I have a bottle of water. I don't want water. He's a good boy. Now I have an adopted daughter who didn't come so easy, and I have to be careful with what I say, obviously, but we're in the middle of a custody battle with her. My son has the sister that he's always wanted, and we're not sure if we're going to wind up keeping her. And it's cost us an enormous amount of money that we don't have. Adopting children, it's not easy. If you could just get pregnant and give birth, I mean, what a miracle, what a wonder that is. Happy to have my kids, would never change it, but I wish that we didn't have to fight so hard for her. Hey Adam, it's Leslie.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I was just wondering if you got any news or if you heard it all from Marangus.
No.
Nothing, huh?
No.
Do you think it's because he had surgery, or do you think it's because he just doesn't know anything?
Probably a mixture of both.
You want to reach out to him, or does that seem desperate?
Yeah, I think it seems desperate.
All right, and then also, did you reach out to the court and let them know that coming on Monday, maybe we need more time for the DNA? I mean, Adam, $1,800 in a week to like pay for court that nothing is accomplished and we don't even know if he's the father.
Right, well what I can do to cut the expense down is try to appear to telephone. But when I mentioned that to them last time, they didn't care.
Well, do you think you can gain some sympathy by saying that until we know if he is in fact the biological father, we're fighting an unnecessary battle? I mean, he doesn't even look like the baby, Adam. She's got blue eyes. Just never ends. I have to go pick up temporary guardianship papers so that she can stay on her health insurance, so that she can see decent doctors. Otherwise, she's got Medicaid and no one will see her. And I just can't believe this is my life right now. And we don't even know if he's the father. $30,000 later, and we don't even know if he's the father. That's that.
I'm Daniela, and I'm a wife of a New York City police officer. I was an emergency medical technician. I met my husband at work. He was a cop, and we were friends at first, and then I would say shortly after 9/11, we started dating and we got engaged, and we got married a year later. So it was a short engagement. We didn't want a long engagement whatsoever. So I ended up getting pregnant. And I had a little bit of a rough pregnancy, and they pretty much told me that I had to get off the ambulance for a little bit. So I worked desk duty for a little bit, and carried out the rest of my pregnancy, off the truck. After that, I had my daughter, and I went back to work for a little bit, and while I was working, I was experiencing some health issues, and I really didn't know what it was. Pretty much the first doctor told me that it was anxiety issues, and I was really in complete denial of that, because I said, I've been through a lot of my life, and there's no way a baby just put me over the edge. So I went to a couple other doctors, and after about 8 months of her being here in our lives, I found that I was in heart failure. I was diagnosed with about 20% left in my heart. And at the end of the day, I wear many hats. I'm a daughter myself to my mother, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a friend, and that's all nice and all well and good, but I do miss me. I miss Daniela, I miss who I am, and if I can get out of this by helping people, I feel that that's who I am, and that would make me have a lot of fulfillment in my life.
My name is Stacy. I'm married to a federal police officer who is assigned to executive protection. which means that for the most part, he's not home a lot. We're together 20 years, married 15. I met him because his friend liked me, and I didn't like his friend. So I liked him instead, and then here we are, and we don't know where his friend is. I support him in what he does. I love him to death. He's great. He is my best friend. But I do get angry because it's hard. I just started pursuing a real estate career because my baby is now 6. So she's now in a full day of school, and she's in more of a routine where I can now do something outside of the house. So, and as far as passionate about, I mean, it's a great thing to do. I mean, you help people get started in whether it be their first home or the home that they're going to retire in. I mean, just to be a part of that, a part of such a major thing in somebody's life. I mean, that's great. That's rewarding in and of itself. Another reason why I'm very passionate about real estate now is in the wake of Sandy, which I was affected by, my home and the homes of my neighbors and a lot of friends. There's a lot of things going on with that will affect real estate. And the need for, you gotta give me a second, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was a surprise to me. I didn't expect to get upset like that. I apologize. The aftermath of Sandy and what it has done to homes is going to make real estate challenging because of the amount of damage that was done, which is another thing that's consuming a lot of my time now, which is volunteering for the Sandy relief efforts. I lost an entire floor of my home. Thank God my husband was not at work at the time, and his job was phenomenal. So this is the reason why I am, it's very personal for me because I was affected, but I think it's more personal for me because I see how badly other people were affected. So that's why I feel passionately about it, and you know, all the women in this group feel passionately about helping people. And maybe it stems from the fact that we have husbands that help people.
You just killed the moment!
I'm sorry. Not like his cousin Dora either. I want to know,
like
where are their parents? They're drinking at a bar, the kids are out in the jungle. Who's supervising these children? I can't go to the bathroom by myself. And yeah, look, he's hugging a whale.
No,
I don't
it's true.
understand.
It's true.
It's very true.
Who would let their
upsetting.
2-year-olds
I'm writing
die?
Nickelodeon.
Who would let their 2-year-olds
I want answers.
die?
I want to know where these floozy people are.
Well, it's like Max and Ruby.
Max and Ruby,
They have no parents.
Ruby's doing everything
But my grandmother's alive. She's a 4 blocks away. She's coming over.
This is bad. That kid annoys me.
On a serious note though, going forward, I know we want to get involved with starting some type of organization for cop wives and help people. I think we should really start getting something going. We need a plan that we can help people that can relate to our lives and that may need the support that they don't know is out there, and we should find a way to start going forward and helping them. You know, right off the top of my head, one of the students from the Taekwondo school, his little brother just had a liver transplant. I just found out. He's 3 years old. Liver transplant. Jesus. The father's Parks Police, and I'm sure there's something we can do just to help the family and find out the situation.
Sorry, guys.
You know, what position this child is in right now. I know the mom's going through a lot. A lot. So, you know, with that, maybe we could throw around other people we have in mind that we could start this, and as it starts growing, you know, really get something going with this.
Individual, like she's.
Let's all look into this. Next time we meet, we'll get this started and let's do
I think
this.
we should all write down ideas.
Right, concrete ideas.
Right, and come in as a group and discuss it and go from there. I think
Let's
that's
do
the
it.
best
The
way
next
to
time
do
we
it.
meet, we'll put it all together and we'll.
Some kind of organization.
Sounds good.
Let's
I love
do
this,
it.
guys.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Okay. Good.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good.